Mi gente, what's up? ¿Qué pasa? My people, hoy en día TV, another amazing episode. I'm your host, Yesy Rodriguez. Estamos aquí de nuevo, gracias a Dios. And we have another amazing episode as per usual, because the goal with hoy en día is to what? Positively motivate, inspire, educate, enlighten, and of course, entertain you with each and every episode, because that is the goal. We want to be the beacon of light in this world that's full of negativity. I'm going to bring on my co-host, Manny Morales. Welcome to the stage.
Hola, hola, bendiciones, mi gente, ¿cómo estamos?
What's up?
How's everybody doing? ¿Cómo te fue la semana?
Fíjate que estaba súper ocupada, pero you know, busy is good, right? You know, we keep pushing, we keep grinding, we keep growing, and we're blessed to see another day. Yes.
Another week. And
That's true.
This month is like almost, no, what are we? On the 4th? My days just
Today's the 3rd. It's okay.
We're already in October. But you know what that means. It's Halloween time. Halloween. Yes.
That's
Halloween.
Right. You create merch. You've been creating some Halloween merch, haven't you?
Yes. I started, I think, March 1st, putting the different designs that I do out there for Halloween so people could have it for their Halloween. Papi Chulo Creations on IG and Facebook is the business page. So if y'all want to go check out the merch, DM me and let me know what you want, and I'll get it out to you as soon as I can. So.
Absolutely, yes. Reach out to Manny for that gear. And talking about that, the Divine Eyes Wicked Contact Color Collection is out. I mean, it's out all year because it's not just for Halloween. People have like movies or models want to do something fun and spunky. Right. So the Wicked collection is out there on my website. So go visit YessyRodriguez.com. Look at some really dope contact lenses.
Yes.
Make sure you size it up. So hey.
Yes. I can't wait. I ordered the vampire ones to go with my tea.
They're on the way.
Yes.
They are on the way.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be dope.
I'm excited.
So recently, something really unfortunate happened in North Carolina, where Hurricane Helene, or Helene, Helene. I don't even know if it's like Helene or Helen or exactly how to say it, but
she was devastated. Right.
it started as a tropical storm. I know it went through Florida, and it really affected the mountain area, Western North Carolina. And as of 3 hours ago, I looked at PBS NewsHour, and it's showing that the death toll as of now, it keeps rising. It's at 2. And it may keep rising as crews enters more remote areas. Storm hit. So my condolences, my thoughts and prayers go out to those families affected by the storm. Because it's really catastrophic. Now, I would say that what really bothers me that makes sense in my mind, obviously I got to look more into it, is typically when we hear of storms that are water related, like hurricanes or tropical storms, they're closer by water, right? Mm-hmm. But the western region of North Carolina, there isn't any large bodies of water. And so that really confused me as to how it got all the way over there.
Right. And it got so slow that it just dumped a whole lot of water in your area. Like, that is just weird. That is weird.
Yeah.
You know that some religious people would say that's, it's a sign. Because my parents, my mom and my father used to say that all the time. When something goes wrong, that's a sign. That's a sign. God is coming.
And I see your point. I agree with that, but I also feel like there's other negative forces trying to do other things to purposely affect people, which is unfortunate.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree. And then you could also go the scientific route. Just the way that we've been treating the earth these past couple hundred years. The earth is tired. And it's like, one of those dogs that you just keep antagonizing and back them into a corner. What is he going to do?
Yeah, he's going to either bark or bite you.
Exactly. So the world is biting back. Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío. Yeah.
Yeah. You only live. Well, it just depends on what you think. I was gonna say you only live once, but that's what
Uh-huh.
your perspective is. Because people think that we get reincarnated. You know, our bodies are just vessels. We're just a soul. We're just energy, and energy is infinite. You know.
Wow. And
Yeah.
did you hear that just recently also strike workers went on a temporary strike, but as of 3 minutes ago, I'm reading it just posted a few minutes ago, cnnbusiness.com says striking port workers to return to work Friday as negotiators reach an agreement on wages.
Of
What do you think about
course.
that?
Do you know how much money and do you know how bad the world would get if they denied these people that money? Like, you think
That,
people are stealing now. You'll get people that you never thought would steal.
yeah, right.
Because we were talking about it at work, and we were like, "Yo, a gallon of milk is going to cost us $10 if they keep striking. It's already almost 6, depending on what type of milk you get." But I mean, the eggs. I mean, look at the eggs. Like a carton of 18 for like almost $10.
Right.
You
Yes.
know, I
I went
think
to the store yesterday and a carton of 12 was $6. And I'm like,
right.
that was
Yes, yes.
eggs.
I just bought 2 cartons of 18 and they were $10. I just seen it
That's
at Walmart.
crazy.
Right. Exactly. Just imagine if they would have stayed on strike, how expensive everything would be. All of the farmers markets would close because
Yeah,
they wouldn't be able to keep up with the demand. There's too many people in this world to supply with just 1 or 2 farmers markets in your area.
absolutely. Absolutely. You
And
are right.
it would be chaos, so much chaos.
And I read the other day, let me see where it was. There's this article that I came across that it mentioned it was a $5 million business. Here it is.
Yeah.
USA Today says when this offer started, it says a port strike could cost the economy, oh no, $5 billion. Let me correct myself, $5 billion per day. Not million,
Right.
billion.
Yes.
That's woo,
Yep.
wow.
That's- I'm not sure if it was just here in Florida, but I'm pretty sure all the ports in around the United States were probably striking. I know because I work um, not too far from the port. So
Mhm.
when I was driving to work, I could see them on the side of the road with their signs. So it was about to get crazy. It was
Yeah,
definitely about to get crazy.
it is about to get crazy. Whew. Well, thank God that they reached an agreement and that everything should get better now for everybody. So,
I hope so. But I
but we're gonna.
mean, what's better though? Like the world has gotten crazy, you know, and it's not the same anymore. Like
Mm-mm.
the world is not the same. And if you're not, that's why people are depressed so much, and our suicide rate has gone up because people can't handle the change. People want this to the world to stay the same, and it's never going to stay the same. I mean, look at the generation now. You know, it's insane. Guys, whatever, sex you're into, and it's publicized now. It's not taboo anymore. So,
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was going to shift to introduce our guest, but I'm going to pause there for a few minutes because I agree with you. The
right.
the world is really I really don't know what's going on. I don't know. Are you familiar with Newsbreak? There's a is an app called Newsbreak that you get like local and then worldwide news. And I'm really into like crime related things and especially because I like to study and analyze people, listening to the story, what would motivate somebody to do something.
Okay.
And I get several, and even in my area, which is really sad, about individuals just mistreating and killing children. And it's like, why? Why? And as a parent, it's scary because these are people that you're trusting around your child. Like yesterday, I read that it was an aunt who was watching her niece, and because of a family dispute, she decided to stab the niece. Well, the niece has nothing to do with this. The poor girl's 4 years old,
Wow.
and that's
I
just a
guess,
family.
I guess
Another
it's
Mhm.
one of those. Not to cut you off, I apologize.
No, you're
Um,
good.
but it's one of those, I'm gonna hurt you in a worse way than you hurt me. So having the child dead would definitely hurt. I seen a video on, I think it was Facebook, Instagram. I can't remember. I think it was Instagram, where this girl had her baby father's sister's daughter's ashes, and she passed away, and she had her cremated, but they were fighting. The sister didn't like her, so she went live and was dumping the ashes out of her window. Right? Like, why? I don't understand that. But the mentality of, and she was young. The girl was young. You could tell she was young. And it's just the mentality of how people are these days. It's just evolved to a point where nobody cares about human life anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what I can do to progress. It's all about me, you know. So
I really feel bad for people who are dating, like out there dating and trying people, because people put on their representative. Now I feel like you have to ask for medical records, like, ma'am, sir, let me make sure that you're not like,
yes,
what is
crazy.
it that we have to deal with here?
Right,
Because I've had my share of locals in past relationships, like locals where I've had restraining orders type
right.
of locals.
Yeah.
And so when I hear these stories, I'm just like, ugh, I,
Yeah.
mm,
I seen it's on Netflix. The worst boyfriends or the worst something, relationships or something. And it was just bad. Like I had to scratch my head because it was like 4 or 5 episodes, and it was just one guy was he was just bipolar, and he would get mad and beat up his girlfriends, and this other guy got mad because the girl didn't want to be with him, so he made it seem like she did something and had her arrested. She was in prison for 7 months. Yes, and she didn't do it. Yes, I'm telling you. Hey, I'm not even on the dating market. I'm single, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
ooh,
it's me and my
oh,
career right now. So
I feel you. I
crazy.
really send my prayers to those individuals trying to
Yeah,
find the one. Just really be careful, really ask the right questions, take your time, don't rush, and really get to know the person. Make sure that they're not
right,
putting on a representative
right,
to make you fall, and then what? Then you see the real side. I mean, and when you do see the real side, it is up to you to determine, if you want to stay with that person, of course,
right,
but just make sure that that's not going to put your life in jeopardy,
right, right,
cause you to lose not only yourself but more.
right,
So, ooh, yeah, my thoughts and prayers to those dating and
right.
trying to find
I
someone.
mean, at the same time, like people need that gratification or that validation, so they'll date somebody and not really know them and want that intimacy. And it doesn't mean sexual, but just that closeness with somebody. And then some women and men will look past that crazy part of them, and be like, oh, I could get them to change. They'll change, and they never do. And that's the sad part, you know. I just I've had my lockouts too, like restraining order lockouts. Like I had to leave the state loca.
Well, I'm glad you did because your life is more important than dealing with loca.
Right. That's what brought me to Florida, una loca.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I love Virginia. My ex-wife. Ella estaba loca.
Sí, estaba loca. Well,
Man,
we'll,
I had
we'll, we'll talk more after. Like, we don't want to put too much of your business out there, but
that
I
in
want to hear
Virginia.
the story after the fact. But wow. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's change gears. You mentioned change a few moments ago, so we're going to shift gears and we're going to spin it into a positive because we have a great, great guest that you did the honors of bringing to
Right.
Hoy en Día today. So I'm going to let you do the honors to introduce his amazing guests coming up.
Awesome. So the only thing that will never change, well, it changes, but it never changes, is fashion.
Huh?
Fashion will always be fashion, no matter what. The clothing and the designers and the designs might change, but it's always fashion. And why not have a consultant to help you put pieces together, or somebody to tell you, hey, that doesn't look good on you. This might look better. So here in Duval County, Miss April Purdie is was nominated the most finest fashion consultant in Duval County. She is the owner and CEO of AGP Pearls. AGP Pearls. I said it too fast. Let me introduce Miss April Purdie.
Wonderful. That was a great intro. Welcome to the stage. Hoy en Día TV.
Hello, young lady.
Hey, I know that's right.
Bienvenida.
Yes, most successful boutique award for
Yes,
2024. I'm still
yes.
overwhelmed. I'm still excited about that
Yes.
award, you guys.
You
So,
should
so super
be.
excited because it took a lot of hard work. You hear me?
Yes. Yes. I'm telling you, hey, consistency pays off. Consistency definitely
Woo,
pays off.
man.
And so that's
Seriously.
why, another reason why we have you here because I want to hear your story. I'm sure all the listeners and viewers want to hear your story. So first, my infamous question: who is Ms. Purdy?
Well, Miss Purdy is Duval's finest fashion consultant, where we help men and women
Yes,
look
ma'am.
good, feel good, and dress their very best in the latest trends. What we do is we help build your self esteem, your confidence, anything that you may be going through. If you don't know how to dress, you don't know how to put those pieces together, we help you build your signature style. And we do it all through fashion. We build self
Yes.
esteem and confidence because Miss Purdy was a girl who had low self esteem issues, who didn't think highly of herself and just was like, okay, I'm not this, I'm not that, comparing myself to others. And I dealt with low self esteem issues for a very long time. Very long time. And a lot of people like, what? You dealt with low self esteem issues. I was like, hey, you don't understand. You don't understand. So, what I
Wow.
did was I created my own signature style. There was a time where I was like, you know what? I'm tired of thinking about what people may have said about me, how they may they looked at me or anything of that nature. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna create my own signature style, and that's what I did. And I just started getting all these compliments just everywhere I went. I would just dress up and just put it together. Like it was so easy for me to just put a whole outfit together without stressing, without having 10 outfits on my bed, without changing clothes 30 times before you walk. Y'all know,
That's
okay?
good.
Because I get phone calls, I get FaceTimes, girl, and I love it because that's what I do. It's my gift. I have people who will FaceTime me, what shoes, what shirt, what
Right.
pants. And it's so funny, but I love it because it brings so much joy to me because I'm like, you trust me
Mm-hmm.
to make sure you walk out that door feeling confident, knowing that you look good, knowing that you feel good, you know? So that's what I do. That's who I am. I'm very passionate about it. It was just a vision. Like God gave me this vision. He was like, you went through so much as a teenager, all through high school, middle school. I was always picked on about. I was never picked on about, okay, she ugly. I ain't never get none of that. I ain't never get none of that. It was never that, nah. Y'all, it was never that. But it was always I was real like a toothpick, okay? I was real skinny. I had a lot of hair. I had real long hair, long, pretty hair. And of course, a lot of girls would say something about, oh, you think you all that because you got long hair, but it was like, oh, you look like olive oil. They would call me olive oil. They would call me toothpick. They would call me like a mop upside down. Like it was just all kind of it was all kind of skinny jokes. Okay, that's what it was because I was slim,
Mhm.
real slim. So
Wow.
and I was
Get the
of course
truth, man. What the heck?
I'm gonna say something back. But when I got older, it did affect me at one point in my life. It did affect me when I got older, when I became an adult, and I was trying to find myself, trying to figure out who I was, like, just trying to find my creativity. And it was just like, it hit me for a while. And I was like, man, I really do look like that. So I started really believing that later. And but I had to get to a point where I had to get out of that, and I had to build my self-esteem. And that's when I started I changed my entire dress code because I wore jeans and t-shirts and tennis shoes when I was in high school. That's what it was. There was you ain't see my arms, you didn't even see my toes. Like that's just how it was. I was that with low
Insecure.
self-esteem issues. That's how bad it was. So with that, once I got older and became an adult, I was like, you know what? I done gained a little weight. Y'all got me messed up. I'm finna change the game on y'all. I'm changing the game. I done gained 10 pounds. I done went from 95 pounds to 125. Then I went from 125 to 135. I really thought I was doing something. So with that being said, it was like, hey, I'm finna change the game on them. So I started dressing myself more. I felt more comfortable. And just I created my own signature style. And when I did that, I gained respect. I mean, it was crazy. I gained respect. People complimented me. I was getting feedback. It was like, okay, I'm so used to people calling me this and calling me that. It was like, is you really just saying that, or you trying to be funny, or you for real? But it started going on and on and on and on. And I was like, wow, all my life I've been hearing all this other stuff, but I never heard nobody really compliment me like that. So it just got bigger and bigger. And I was like, you know what? I want to start a business where I can help other men and women
Mm-hmm.
went through some of the same stuff I went through. It may not have been high school. It could just been a relationship. It could have
Right.
been being around your friends, and you got negative friends. Y'all get rid of them negative friends. Let me tell you that. Get rid of them. Get rid of the negative friends because
Absolutely.
they're not going to do anything for you because you are all of that in a bag of chips, like they used to say back in the days. So no, never let nobody, never let nobody tell you nothing different. I don't care what size you are, because in all of my fashion shows, they come in all sizes.
Yes.
I believe in beauty in all sizes. You don't have to be slim. You don't have to be Nicki Minaj. You don't have to be Cardi B. All sizes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Miss Purdy, and that's how I got started, you guys. That's part of my story. Like I said, I was that girl who just didn't think the best of myself, and I had to build my self esteem, and it was through fashion.
Thank you for
That's
sharing that. Thank you
that's
for
awesome.
sharing that because I mentor a few young girls who unfortunately they're dealing with something similar where they're being bullied at school because of the way they look. Um, and so when you were dealing with that, especially you mentioned in high school, what support did you get from your parents?
My parents would tell, like my mom, she was hardcore. My mom was a very motivational person. Like she would be like, "Girl, let me tell you something. You you don't worry about what they say." She was like, "Do they pay your bills? Do they buy your clothes?" That was my mom. She was that kind of mom. Like, hey, let me tell you something. She say, "Don't you ever let anybody, don't let words or what somebody's saying about how you look or anything of that nature, don't allow that to affect who you are. Like, don't never let that allow. But you know, as a teenager, you don't understand that. You don't
Right.
understand teenager because now you ready to fight. You like, hey, you say one more thing about me.
Mhm.
As a teenager, your temper is short. You're not thinking about that. Like, but when I got older, I realized what she was saying. But my mom was always very encouraging, very like, and a lot of stuff I just kept inside too. A lot of stuff I didn't come back until like I didn't come back home and like, let me go tell my mama that they
Mhm.
talked about me today. No, I talked about you too. When you said what you said about me, I'm the one gonna clap back. I'm gonna clap back, and you're not gonna see my emotions though. That's just who I was. I was really tough as a kid. So
Right.
you would never see me cry because you talked about me. I didn't do none of that. Ain't no running. I wasn't doing any of that. It's just it bothered with me later because I never forgot what they said.
Gotcha. And the reason why I asked that is because it's very important the role that parents play in their children's lives, right? And for many that may be dealing with something similar, make sure to not ignore it.
Yeah,
Address the issue.
you have to.
And like similar to Miss Purdy's mother, where she gave her those words of encouragement and helped remind her who she is.
Right.
Do the same for your child. If your child's going through that, don't ignore them. Listen to them because this is important.
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes the kids aren't talking though, so you have to actually watch them and look at them and kind of um, see the signs, the different attitudes, the way that they come into the house. If they're not talkative, and they usually are, you know, like
That's right.
the withdrawnness that they have, um, that is definitely a sign that, like, April said, she didn't really talk to her mom, and a lot of kids are doing the same now. They're not talking to their parents. They might not clap back like she did, but they're not talking to their parents either, and that's how the depression starts. Like
Yeah.
that's the top of the hill, and it just goes down from there. You know, so not only trying to talk to them, but look at the signs, the difference. Pay attention to your kids.
That's
Very.
true because that's really true.
Hmm.
Because I was a kid, I was like the generation is different now, so they're a
Mhm.
little more softer. But I was more, I was a tomboy, so I played football and
Right.
baseball and basketball. And these kids now is just, oh, I can't even go out the door. It's hot, you know. So the generation is built differently.
Mhm.
Um, so when I was younger, I was that kid that would come home and didn't say much. I would go straight to my room.
Right.
I don't think
Mhm.
my mom realized what I had going on, you know, because I will keep a lot of things to myself. Anything that probably may have happened or was said, unless it was like real urgent, because I knew how my family was.
Right.
Okay.
They ready to
Mhm.
fight. Everybody want to get in the car. I'm not doing all that. So um, but it was just I was really private, very laid back kid. And it's just it rolled off my shoulder. But at the end of the day, when I got older, that's when it really like kind of sank in with my life because I'm like, now I'm an adult and I'm at that age now, 20, 21 years old, trying to figure out who I am. Like, am I really what they said I was, or who am I? So I was at that point where I was trying to figure myself out, just from being young adult.
Right. Right. And to piggyback off that, not to cut you off, yes, but I'm definitely gonna cut you off real quick. um,
Right.
a lot of parents, and like my parents were the same way. A lot of parents like get frustrated with their children because they don't know things that the parents know. But newsflash, they're kids; they don't know. That's what we're here for, you know. And a lot of parents just get really frustrated, and that's when the abuse comes. And a lot of kids won't talk to their parents because, oh, if I tell them this, they're gonna hit me. Like my father was the same way. Rest his soul, because he passed away. But whenever he had a bad day at work, you couldn't talk to him. If you said something or you did something, it was just, he'd hit us. And it made me a stronger person. But at the same time, parents just don't listen to their kids,
Right.
Yeah,
listen
that's
to your
true.
kids.
Yeah. That's why I have those conversations. I have 2 daughters, so
Right.
with that, I think it's so important because I can understand what I went through as a young girl in middle school and high school, and with having 2 daughters, it's like I don't want you guys to go through what I went through. So I have
Right.
conversations with my children, and I just ask them how your day went, how everything going. Like it's so important to do that because you'll be surprised like what your child will tell you. Right? You'll be real surprised. So that's so important to have that communication because your child, like my daughter was bullied in
Oh, wow.
elementary. She was bullied in elementary, and I'm so grateful that because I communicate with my children that she came to me, that she immediately made that phone call. Like seriously, she was being bullied by a student that was like, she was in the 2nd grade. I think they was like in the 5th grade, and they had a corner off in the bathroom, and another student came in and they saw her because she was a neighbor, and she was a 5th grader, and she was like, oh no, y'all would not come in here and bother her. And she immediately called my phone. My daughter knew my number. She always knew my phone number since she was 2 years old. She called, the girl called me from the bathroom and say, Miss April, Janavi was in the bathroom being bullied, but I ran them away. And I was just so grateful because that lets me know that she knows I can tell my mom. Like I can call my mom, I can tell my mom, and to this day, she's 17 years old. She is
Mm-hmm.
about to graduate from high school, and she still shares information with me. So I'm so grateful. So communication with your children is everything. It starts from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Yes. Shout
Wow.
out to the kids. And shout out to you and your husband. Y'all just had an anniversary, right?
It's today. It's tonight.
Oh, tell your husband we appreciate him sharing you tonight with us.
Yes, he gonna be all right. We gonna hang out this weekend.
That
Happy
is
anniversary.
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
but that's good that your daughters talk to you because that will definitely stay with them in their adulthood, and you'll have a
Mhm.
better relationship with them. There's a lot of things that they probably didn't understand um, as kids, as like a teenager right now, and once they get older, they're gonna come to you and be like, "Mom, I understand. I remember
Mhm.
that one time. I understand now." You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it's just gonna come full circle. And just having
Yes,
that relationship with them is a good thing because there's a lot of girls out here that their mom rather party than be with them, um,
yep.
or their mom is an entrepreneur but doesn't want to show them, how to be an. They're too busy for them,
Right.
Yep.
But since I've known you, like you've always had your daughters with you. You know what I'm saying? The fashion
Oh,
show,
thank
at
you.
the store, and they're always active in doing something, and that they're going
Yes,
to appreciate that. They're going to have that motivation that you have just because they see it in you. You know?
Absolutely.
I really
Yeah, you're
appreciate
leading
that.
by example, and that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
And that's what you have to do because it's just important. And you wonder why a lot of our children they stray away.
Mm-hmm.
Like we busy as parents, but we have to make that time. Like you
Absolutely.
have to. Like, hey, I know y'all know I got to work the boutique Saturday, but you can still spend time with me. But come on with me. I'll get us some lunch. I'll come on to the boutique, I'll bring up a couple customers.
Mhm. Exactly.
But
I
and
have
you're
to bring.
showing them, you're showing them what it is to be responsible, to run a business, to
Right.
manage money, deal with
Right.
customer service. So that's really a good, effective way to parent because
Yeah,
you are putting that boots on the ground, so to speak, and they're
Yep.
getting that experience.
absolutely.
Keeping them off of the street, like hanging out with their friends. I'm not saying I don't know their friends, but
No.
there's always one friend that like, hey girl, come on, let's go smoke or let's go drink or let's go hang out with these
Yes,
boys. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
you're keeping them away from that and keeping them focused, and that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yes, I
And so I'm
thank God.
curious, going back to your story about you transitioning. So you mentioned you were 20, 21, you were sitting back and thinking, who am I? What am I going to do with myself? What caused you to have the epiphany that fashion was about to go?
Well, I've always like loved fashion, period. It was always my thing, even though like when I was in high school, I used to help my friends pick out their clothing. Like we would go to the mall. I would be the one that was just with the jeans and t-shirt, but it was always a gift. Like it was
Mhm.
always a gift of mine. But they were like, come on, April, I need you to come with me. Everybody have me go with them. I go to the mall. I would pick out them. My friends, they wore everything. Like I wasn't that one. I ain't putting all that on. You ain't showing my arms. I ain't doing nothing. I'm like, girl, I ain't wearing that. But I would put a whole outfit together for them, and they would always have me go with them to the mall. And so that's always been a gift for me. But it really didn't hit me until I got older and I changed the way I dress. Like when I say I want to do grown woman, like it's time to do
Mm-hmm.
grown woman. I'm tired of these tennis shoes and these t-shirts.
Right.
Let me just try something new. And when I did that, it was just like it was like magic. It was like, oh my God, I've been having this all this time, like this gift for a very long time, but I haven't really been using it.
Right.
And so I used it on myself, and that's when I just went full force. Like it was a wrap after that.
Wow, that is awesome.
Like literally, I visualize what I'm wearing tomorrow. I can see it. I don't have to go in there and look over 30 things. Like seriously, I literally can see my outfit and I'll just go in there and get it and just put it on the hanger for tomorrow and get my shoes out, my socks. My husband will tell you, socks, shoes, everything already ready. Ain't that right, babe? Everything be
I love
like
it.
I can just
Yes.
visualize what I'm gonna wear and I'll just go in the closet and get it. And I don't put too much thought into it.
Right.
That's why I know it's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I mean, we need people like you in the world. And
Yeah.
so, for people that want to work with you, let's say a new person comes, they have no clue how they want to dress or style themselves, etc. What is your process? How do you really change their look? What is it to work with you?
Well, what I first if they're locally, what I would do is I would do a consultation. All my consultations are free.
Okay.
So if you
Mm-hmm.
just want to come into the boutique, I would have a conversation. You know, I want to get to know you because I build relationships with my clients. So
Mhm.
it's more like getting to know them, their style. I build a profile. That's what I
Okay.
do. I build a profile and then I have them come in and then we'll just put some pieces together
Mhm.
and they will let me know, okay, I feel comfortable with this, I don't feel comfortable with that. And so we just find a signature style to be like, you know what, that's it right there. So that's what I normally do. They'll come in and we put in, I would say 95% of the time it works every time. Every time they come out and be like, wow, I have never even tried to wear something this way. I never tried to wear it that way. It may be the same thing they tried to wear, but they just didn't wear it the right
Mm-hmm.
way.
Right.
Yeah.
And she doesn't only do women; she does men as well.
Men as well. I got me some men clientele. I'm so excited about the men. They is growing. The clientele of men are growing.
Hmm.
I'm
And
excited.
you do out of state uh,
Yes.
consultations, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just had a lady, matter of fact, in Tennessee, my boss, Dr. Smith. She
Hmm.
wore a suit from me
Okay.
and she FaceTimed me and the lady say, I want 5 suits tonight. I want five. She literally texted my phone and was like, I want this color, that color, this color, that color, boom, boom, boom. I was like, she said, send me the invoice.
Okay.
Wow.
Never met her. Like she just called me and she caught me off guard and she was like,
Right.
I got somebody on the phone. I was like, well, who is that? But
Hey, that word of mouth advertising, man, it's the best advertising in the
and I
world.
Yes.
told Yes, and I told her to wear the suit that I had purchased for her. I said, wear
Mhm.
this suit. I need you to wear this when you go. And she wore it. And they've been
Mhm.
going crazy.
Wow. So virtual consults, how does that work for a virtual consult with somebody out of state?
Basically what we do is I try to figure out, like I always look at their profile. I try to see
Mhm,
what they like to wear, how they normally dress, and
mhm.
then I would send them some things like pictures of like different styles and say to see what they like, and then we just kind of do that. Photos. It's all photos. They kind of let me know, okay, I like this style, I like that style, and then that's how we go from there. And then I send them what I have, like as far as my inventory, what can I get, what I can't get. So and then we go from there and they be like, oh, okay, I want to get this. But it the to be honest, most of the people out of state, they're more easy than the people that
Oh,
woo. I mean, the people out of state, they just be like, yeah, let me get this, let me get that, boom, boom, boom. I like that. That's my style. Like you just right on point, and they
Mhm.
just pay and get their stuff, and that's it.
they mean business. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes, they don't play. I don't know. They
Have you
might do.
ever had have you ever had a client who was difficult to work with? And if so,
Oh,
how was that experience?
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Um, yeah, absolutely. I always, like my mom say, you always kill people with kindness.
Right.
Um, that's just. Oh, I got to post it on my Facebook. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just having a,
No,
a
you're good.
So yeah, I've definitely dealt with that, and you just have to just treat them as such, like love. It's always love with me, regardless whether you just not satisfied or you just want to just be a headache, and you still rocking my stuff and taking photos, but you ain't tagging me.
Mhm.
But it's okay. But you still look good in that outfit though, because at the end of the day, I know where it came from. Like that's one thing about me. I can see a photo on Facebook with anybody who has purchased from me. And I know it's a lot of witnesses that may be watching tonight. They would see me put in the comments, oh, I see you rocking the AGP Pearls shirt. Oh, I see you rocking the AGP Pearls dress. Even though you didn't tag me, I'm not upset about it, but I
Mhm.
know my product. I
Right.
Mhm.
know it. I don't forget about what you brought from me. That's
Mhm.
everybody be like, how you remember? How you remember? It's a gift, baby. I just know it is what it is. That's just what God gives me. Oh, you got people commenting, y'all. We got some people commenting
Yes.
tonight. Look
Mhm.
at
Here
Absolutely.
for you, Miss Purdie.
them.
Yeah, definitely
Hey,
here for you. She talking about pants she wore in London. What
ooh, I remember she brought them blue pants. Oh, she brought them pants last year, and I remember she brought some blue dress pants for me. They was high waist, baby. They was fitting her nice. Girl, you wore them pants. Yes. You
Yes.
know exactly what I'm talking about. And I know exactly what she wore. That was from last
Right.
year. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't forget.
Yeah, I
Mm,
see. I
All
see.
those
You was a very
commenting.
client.
yes. And she, to be honest with y'all, I'm gonna tell you about her story real quick.
Mm-hmm.
She don't wear pants.
Okay.
Mm.
And I told her, I said, you need to get these pants. I promise you these pants gonna fit you right. And I'm right about that, Tiffany. She don't really wear pants. She wear dresses, things of
Ah,
that nature. And she
Right.
when she put them pants on, she was like, wow. Yeah,
you helped her
she don't really
about the
wear
element.
pants.
That's amazing.
That
Confidence.
is.
Yeah.
That is a God's given gift. I swear.
Yes.
That
She
is
said
amazing.
correct. Thank you so much for the compliment. Yeah, she already know, girl. That girl, she don't really wear pants. But she wore them pants.
Uh-huh.
She
Uh-oh.
says she
Look at
needs
that.
some
Yeah,
more.
I got you, girl. I promise you I got you. I'm gonna get some five colors. Girl, I'm
Thomas.
not playing.
So let's talk about your fashion shows.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
yes.
not a lot of people know. When I first started in fashion, Mrs. Purdy gave me my first, my like I was, she was the first fashion show that I've ever walked in. here in Duval County. So I appreciate you.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
let's talk about your fashion shows. We just had one. When was it? Uh,
July.
in July.
Yeah, July. It's
Yes,
July
it was
every year.
the third
It's an
annual.
annual.
It was the
Yeah.
third annual, right? Yeah.
Yes, it was my third annual. Um, God had gave me another vision, and I never imagined doing a fashion show. Like I was in business before I ever did a fashion show,
Mhm.
and you know, I wanted more than just my boutique. I wanted to be able to be out in the community because I was like, hey, if I'm gonna be changing lives, um, building the confidence and self-esteem of our people, I wanted to change the game in a whole nother way. And
Right.
so I created a fashion show, an annual fashion show called AGP Pearls Fashion Show. And so the first one was in 2000, was it 19? I don't know, 20, y'all. I can't remember.
It's okay.
I'm getting older. I'm getting older, y'all. I think it's the anniversary day. But this year was my third annual fashion show.
Mhm.
So 21 was my first fashion show. And so with that, I said I want to bring in models who never modeled, people
Mm,
who deal with low self-esteem issues, and a couple models who model so they can help.
mhm,
And then also people who want to model but never had the opportunity,
Mhm.
or nobody never asked them.
Right.
mhm.
Um, so mostly everybody who has modeled with me fits in everything that I've been wanting.
Mhm.
And when I say the fashion show, never did a fashion show in my life, they sell out every year,
Mhm.
every
Wow.
year. It's just more than that. Like it's the fellowship. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, Benny, you can talk about it because y'all get more of the experience than I do. I'm running around like a chicken
Right.
with my head cut off because
So
I want everything to be right.
right, the first fashion show that I remember, I was a vendor. I wasn't actually in the show, and I had already wanted. I already had the idea of becoming a model, but I missed the casting call for it. But shout out to Nita Blake. She's the one that kind of introduced me to Miss Purdy, and that's how I became a vendor for the second annual fashion show. I didn't know either one of them for the first annual, but the second one, it was amazing. Like there were so many vendors. The fashion show was just it was amazing. The clothes. The one that I was in, just mind blowing. And then the the respect and the love that they have for Miss Purdy, it stormed that day like pouring rain, pouring.
That's
You
beautiful.
still came out in the pouring rain to watch this fashion show. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't. It could have probably been better if it
yeah,
wasn't raining so hard, but
mhm,
it was people. There was people there. Like there,
yeah,
it wasn't empty. Like there was people
Right.
buying from the vendors, people buying clothes from Miss Purdy. It was amazing. Just and it hit right before it was about to start. Like and she was like, I talked to her a couple times. She was like, man, and she looked like she was about to cry, but God
Mm.
made a way. Like there was people, and it was amazing. It was just amazing. So every time there's something going on, or I try to be a part of whatever Miss Purdy is doing, because she's always been there. You know what I'm saying? So I, you know, it was really cool.
That's a really that's a really nice story. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing that. Wow. And just the fact that you can positively impact many lives and help them feel
Yes.
better, confident, especially with their style. And with regards to your boutique, now do you partner with different like local designers, or what is the, like, how do you get your styles in your boutique? Do you go and pick them out, or how does that all work?
Well, I have I have my reseller license for one. I have all my credentials because that's so important.
Right.
Nothing's coming from China. Everything is USA. But
Right.
what I do is I have maybe about probably 20 vendors that I purchase wholesale, and everything that I purchase is already like it's upgraded products. Like Los Angeles, I can give that for an example. People
Mhm.
that's on top of the game when it comes to fashion. So
Right.
that's where I grab all of our wholesale from, because Florida, we all just so behind. We're so behind. So I just bring those entities in. But yes, I do wholesale. Everything is wholesale, except for when it comes to business wear, because I also specialize in pantsuits for men and women.
Mhm.
So all of those things are pre-ordered. So if you're looking like for a gown or something in that nature for a day, a night out to a ballroom, a red carpet style, then those things are pre-ordered one by one. I don't do wholesale for that because I don't want a whole bunch of gowns sitting in my boutique when they're not going to sell until December.
Right.
Good point. Good
So
point. Yeah.
yeah, so but the way I do my boutique is I don't like when I do my wholesale, it's not gonna be 12 of the same items. It's not gonna be like that.
Mhm.
I like to
Mhm.
mix and match. So when you come in there, it might be only one small, one medium, and one large in that shirt that you want for your
Right.
size. So that means nobody else ain't gonna get it but that one small, that one medium, that one large. That's
That's
the way
right.
I do my boutique because, me personally, I don't want everybody having on what I got on either.
Hmm.
That part.
Right.
That part.
So when they
Yeah.
ask, do you have any more? We're out. Jesse, James, and Jana, she already got it.
Right.
So it's like you have to get it. When I put it out there, you better grab it
Absolutely.
because it's not coming back. It's not coming back. So that's the reason why I consider myself, I kind of separate myself from a lot of other boutiques because I don't want to have the same pieces over and over and over again. I want to keep bringing in that new. Once that's gone, that's sold, I'm bringing in something new. Now you can grab that. It's like first come, first serve. You better grab it, get it now.
Right.
Mhm. That's a really, really dope concept. Keep it fresh. Like you said, nobody else has your style, and keep it going. I mean, hey, I
Yes,
like that.
yes,
Definitely unique, one of a kind.
yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. It looks like we're almost at time already. Wow, I feel like conversation.
Yeah.
On so fast.
It does. So, for those who want to work with you or look at what styles you have to offer, etc., how can they find you? How can they reach you?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. It's so super easy, you guys. All you have to do is put in April Purdie on Google. That's it. Like seriously, my Instagram gonna come up, my YouTube gonna come up, my website gonna come up, my fashion shows gonna come up. Like I had to Google myself, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute, is I'm a Donald Trump around here? So I'm like, put in April Purdy, and everything about me is gonna pop up. Everything. There's no. I'm talking about serious. Oh, look, y'all found some more stuff too. But yes, everything is going to come
Love
up.
it.
My music, my
Uh-huh.
my
Oh
all my
yeah, we
social
didn't even
media
talk about
platforms.
that. She
Oh
sings
You do
yeah,
gospel.
music?
She does
yeah,
gospel.
yeah. I do
Yeah.
gospel rap. I have like youth concerts for the youth here in Jacksonville. I do it quarterly, so we have like a huge gospel concert, and we bring all the different artists
Mhm.
here locally, and we just have a blessed time with the kids. It's like a Holy Ghost party. We don't make it feel like you in church and you just sitting with your Bible. We also give them a word, but we let them have fun. They can dance, they can do whatever. We just have so much fun. We give away gifts, we do raffles, they play games, but they
Mhm.
listen to gospel rap. But we have the music. It's like club music, but it's gospel.
Okay.
So it's like a straight gospel club.
That is genius.
Right.
Smart.
Yes, yes.
So glad y'all so far away because I would be going over there too.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm all the
Oh,
way
you
north.
you at
north
where you at? Oh, you in Orlando?
No, she's in North Carolina. Actually,
Mhm.
Oh, well, yeah, you up the street.
yeah, she
Yeah, I'm
definitely
far
called.
away. I'm 8 hours away.
Right.
Oh, so you
She's got to
that
come
part, so
down
you
here
kind of
soon.
further out, and yeah, okay,
Definitely got to come
yeah.
down
Mhm.
here soon.
I love North Carolina. It's beautiful, especially during the spring and the fall time. It
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
beautiful there. Yes,
Yeah, the
absolutely.
weather is really nice. But that is amazing that you worked so hard that you are Googleable. So that's definitely something to be proud of. Not a
Right.
lot of people can say they're Googleable.
Yes, yes, I love it.
Awesome. All right. So, any last minute words that you want to share with the audience and listeners of Hoy en Día TV?
For anybody who is passionate about something, um, everyone has a gift for one, but you have to tap into it.
Mhm.
God has given us gifts because He also said in His Word that your gifts will make room for you. So you have to tap into that gift. God, I was blessed with many gifts. Like if I can just write them all down, I can just almost do anything. So I'm just that's definitely a blessing from God. But if you have a gift, don't just sit on it,
Mhm.
because it's okay for you to have your 9 to 5 or whatever, they slaving us and all this stuff. But when you have a gift and you're working on that, it's okay to have a side business. It's okay to still have a business and have a job, because a lot of people, I talk to so many people all the time and they would say, you know, I just work, 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 work. But I'm like, okay, you're gonna work yourself to death, and what if you get sick, anything happen? What do you have to fall back on? What do you have that's gonna help you? Like if I lose my job, I can sell these clothes, I can do hair, I can do all makeup, I can do all this. So don't allow your gift, don't sit on your gifts. That's what I would say. Don't sit on your gifts. Act now. Don't just sit on them. Use them, because that's extra income.
Yes, it is.
He said we can have 7, 8 streams, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that part.
Hey,
Dude.
I'm like at 5 right now. I'm trying to get there. So
Hey.
y'all better come with it. He said in his word. I'm a believer. I don't know. You might need to believe a little bit, but that's all I can give you guys. Like, don't sit on your gift. You know what you get at. You know what you're good at. When you
Mm,
get at something, it's not hard for you to do it.
right.
Mhm.
It's a breeze for you. That's
Yep.
Mhm.
a lot of people don't understand. So if you're if you can bake cakes and everybody asks you to bake them a cake every year, you bake them a cake and don't never charge them, girl, man, you crazy. That's a gift. You baked it with no problem and have no issues, and you can make it every time. It tastes the same every time. That's a gift.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. So to make that money.
Make that
Yes.
money. Sell them cakes, baby. Don't be giving them people them cakes for
Uh-huh.
free. And they over
Nope.
there talking about you, talking about, look, she's so stupid. Just
Mm-hmm.
give me
Hey.
this cake for free. You know what I'm saying? So your
Uh-huh.
gifts will make room for you. Don't sit on them.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't sit on them.
Thank you for those words. Definitely needed. I love the food for thought, words of encouragement. I agree wholeheartedly. Absolutely. Do not sit on your gift. Act now, like she
Yes.
just said.
Yes.
Manny Morales, last minute words.
As I always say, never let the fear of failure overcome the righteousness of success. Don't let the fact that you've been trying to be an entrepreneur for a year and it hasn't come to fruition, or it's not where you want it to be. Don't let that stop you from, if you're not ready. And I heard the Ice Cube said this, in a video that I watched. If you're not ready to hustle and work hard for the first 5 years and not gain as much as you want, you might as well get out of the game, because it's going to take time for your dream to become the reality. Some shorter than others, but it still takes time, and you just have to trust the process. It's going to be a long process. It's going to be a long road, especially if you have naysayers and haters that are always, in your ear talking about, oh, it's not going to go anywhere. Look at all these other people that are doing the same thing. But if you listen to them, you're never going to get anywhere. Don't listen to your heart, listen to God, and listen to that positive person that's in your ear talking about keep going, don't stop, because you have something, you have a gift, and the world needs to see it. So you can find me you could probably Google me. I've seen myself on Google, but Instagram,
Yes.
author Manny Morales, my model page, Manny Morales 1824. My business page, if you want some stuff for Halloween, Bobby Chula Creations. I also do the tumblers. So yeah, just hit me up. Halloween is right around the corner. So, what about you, Yessie?
Yes. Those were dope words of encouragement. Both you and April did amazing with those food for thoughts, words of encouragement, and I echo everything that you both said. And first, I want to give a big thanks to the listeners, the audience, and to you both for being on here with me. Hoy en Dia TV. Yes, Miss April, she's amazing. Manny, you're always so dope. And just everyone that commented, thank you for interacting with us. We really appreciate that. Shout out to the sponsors that help make Hoy en Dia TV. So we have Divine Beauty and Accessories. We have Collective Wear. We have author Manny Morales.
Yes.
What else do we have? I might be missing one. Hey, it's okay, because guess what? On the Hoy en Dia page, I periodically have drops of the actual clips for the sponsors. So check the Hoy en Dia page on Facebook so you can see the sponsors. Also, if you want to be a sponsor, let us know. Email hoyendia.tv. I'm going to put it actually at the bottom of the screen here, and just get more information on sponsor packages that we have available, because we want to make sure that you get noticed. We are available on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Samsung Music, Deezer. We're available on a lot of places. So this worldwide platform, we're continuing to grow. So yes, praise God. We are booked out. We're actually approaching our booking out until about April now, and there's still 6 more people that need to be added. So that just tells you how we're growing. Estamos creciendo aquí en Hoy en Día. And it's all glory to God. God has been amazing. I'm just blessed and touched, and I love it. It's overwhelming, but it's a beautiful, overwhelming feeling, because this is what happens when you work hard and God puts that vision in you, similar to what Miss Purdie says, similar to what Manny says. You have to work hard. It's not going to happen right away. It's not at all. But you have to keep pushing. And even if you're that person that may not have someone that's always encouraging you, guess what? Encourage yourself. Why can't you encourage yourself? You can do that. I know it's hard to do, because sometimes that self-doubt sits in. You're like, get it out. Just let it go. Meditate, pray to God, just let it go. It's going to happen. So you just have to believe it, though. What's that mustard seed of faith, right? And so for those who want to know more about me, follow me, find out what I'm doing. You can also Google me. I am Googleable. So Google Yessie Rodriguez. Also, make sure to just keep on the know and check us out. And we appreciate all that y'all do.
Tune in. We have the recaps on Facebook and IG and YouTube, and you can listen to us while you're at work on Amazon Music, Spotify, Deezer. You don't have to have a TV. You can listen to us.
Right. Hear our voices. Wepa! Well, that is another amazing show. The sky is never the limit, because the galaxies are endless. Thank you for watching Hoy en Dia TV. Until next time.